Morning all. So today is Tuesday the 14th of March, first day of Cheltenham races, so good luck if you go in. As you can see, I'm as far away from it as I could possibly be. A bit of training with Dopey Dog here, but this first video today isn't actually a training video. It's some subjects that I get asked about weekly, and if you follow my Facebook page, I had a opinion on this about 6 months ago, where it appears the problem is still about. So you can call it a rant, you can call it an opinion, you can call it an observation, you can call it whatever you choose to. I'm not going to mention anyone else in this video because I don't need to. But we're going to start off with a number of things. First one, which comes up very regularly at the moment, is people coming to me to say they've been to another trainer and they can't sort out the problem that they're having. So for argument's sake, I know people that have messaged somebody because they've got say a 2-year-old dog, and that trainer goes, no, I only train puppies. Or my dog's reactive. Oh no, I don't deal with that. My opinion, if they are advertising themselves as a dog trainer, then they should be able to resolve any problem. If you have a leak in your house and you call a plumber, and that plumber comes out and says, oh, I only fix sinks, I don't fix baths, then he shouldn't be a plumber. The dog world seems to accept it, and quite honestly, it's not acceptable. It is too easy for people to call themselves a trainer without any knowledge based. And I'm not talking about, oh, they've sat and done an online course for 12 weeks and got a tick in the box and certificate. I'm talking about get out and about, deal with different dogs, handle different dogs, get bitten. That's the quickest way, trust me. I've got enough scars to prove that that's the quickest way I learned, is when and when not to get near to a dog. And if you currently on my books now and your dog's person reactive, you'll know, unless it's muzzled, I won't handle it, because I don't need to handle it, I need to get you to handle it. Anyway, if you're going to a trainer and you've had 3 or 4 lessons and you're doing really, really well, and they say, oh yeah, I just need to sort this out, and they go, oh no, you have to go and see somebody else for that, then you might want to be asking, why have you paid them for 3 or 4 lessons? Because what you should have been doing is finding a trainer that can do it all for you. Yes, it may be a little bit more expensive, it may be cheaper if you're lucky enough. It's just not acceptable. People can start up and call themselves a dog trainer literally on a Facebook page straight away. It's not acceptable, and it needs to stop. And the sooner the government brings in a criteria where you get assessed to see how you can train all sorts of dogs, reactive, non-reactive, playful, resource guarding, all that, the better, because that will thin out these people that are taking people's money for absolutely providing no service at all. Anyone can train a puppy with the right tools and the right information early doors. You can train a puppy. Some people choose puppy classes, some people choose one-to-one. It's your dog, you choose what you want to choose. I personally only run one-to-ones because I give you the advice from the moment that dog comes in the house about walking it where you walk. I don't run puppy classes, that's my choice. But if you choose a puppy class, that's absolutely fine. I also see on social media, like spotted pages, people will say, can anyone recommend a dog trainer? And I'm fortunate enough that my business gets recommended quite a bit. But then I look down the list and I see people recommending dog behaviourist. So straight away, I would be saying to that person who put the post up, one, they've asked for a trainer, not a behaviourist. There is a difference. There's a big difference. Fortunately, because I've been doing this so long, I'm qualified in both. But doesn't mean people have to use me. There are quite a few trainer stroke behaviourists out there. But if somebody's recommended a behaviourist, have a look on their friends list. The chances are it's just their mate. They've never used them, it's just their mate. But look at who's being recommended, look at the reviews on their page, speak to people. So just to promote myself a little bit, if anyone recommends me and you get in touch and you wish to come and see me take a lesson before you commit to anything, I have no problem with that at all. As long as the other person who's actually paid for the lesson is happy, which I'm sure they would be, You can come and observe. I run group sessions. You can come and stand and watch there. They're in a public place, it's going to cost you no money, and you can watch and you can see how people start to get an understanding of how to handle their dog. Absolutely no problem. You can message me as many times as you want before committing. It really is about dogs are just a massive part of my life and people's lives these days, and we really need to start finding out and hounding out these people that are just taking people's money, because it's not acceptable. I get it all the time. If they watch this, then I'm talking about them, but I'm not going to mention his name. But I've currently got a dog on my books. Basically, they had 4 trainers before me. 3 wouldn't touch the dog, and 1 said send it back to the breeder. So you have to ask, why wouldn't they touch the dog? Well, it's reactive. Yeah, I get that. But part of being a dog trainer is you're going to meet reactive dogs. That's how it is. Not every dog you meet is going to like you or like anything. They've come to you to help it not be reactive. So if they're straight away not touching it, that's out of their skill set, which would tell me they only train puppies, or they only train dogs to sit, give paw, roll over. Well, give paw, roll over, lie down, beg for a treat. That's not training. That's a trick. If you want somebody to teach your dog tricks, get a magician. It's that simple. Dog training is about training, structured obedience. No jumping up, heel, sit, and recall. That's it. As you can see, he's just loving this attention right now before we start training. So it's just my overview of lots that goes on, and I'm getting it more and more. People ringing me, people saying, oh, we had this other trainer, they said this. I'm still hearing horrific stories of people picking dogs up by the ears and all this rubbish. There are plenty of tools out there these days to help people train their dog. Now, some dogs' prey drive is off the scale, and some dogs' prey drive isn't off the scale. So I wrote this once on my Facebook page, and I will tell it now on this video. If you contact my business for some training, and you're prepared to A, stick to the training plan that I provide for you, and B, you're open-minded to the use of various different options should some basics not work, because like everything, it's not one solve all dog world. What works for one dog won't work for the next. If you're open to those options and we try those options and still nothing works, I will give you a full refund. That's how confident I am. 25 years of knowledge of dog training, thousands and thousands of podcasts I've listened to, studying different breeds, master's degree dog behaviour, a refresher I've done in dog behaviour, like endlessly, daily. I'm still read up on different breeds, because now we have all these cross breeds, we have breeds coming from overseas. So please, your dog is a 10 to 15 year investment. If you intend to get a trainer, please do your research. If you know people that have used a trainer, speak to them first. Were they 100% happy? If they're not a bad shape, but if they say, oh, well, it was all right, but it wasn't great, then no, that's not okay. Like I say, you take your car to the garage to be fixed. If you come out of the garage, you get a mile down the road and the problem comes up, you go back to the garage and tell them to fix it. Why don't people do that with their dogs? If the trainer's not fixing the problem, ask for your money back and find a trainer who will, because it's just not acceptable. Anyway, that's my opinion, stroke rant, stroke everything. I hope people understand what I'm trying to say. I am not saying you have to use me. What I'm saying is find a reputable trainer who can help you. Okay? I'm going to have a little wander around now. As you can see, it's just starting to pick up. And then my next video will be training this goon here. Okay, I'll speak soon.